Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Goodness Jones. So today I'm going to be showing us how to make a tube bustier, princess cut bustier. So the first thing I'm going to do is to take off 4.5 inch for the tube, so the off shoulder length, and then I'll apply my measurement. So my upper bust length is 8.5, bust length 12, under bust length 16, waist length 17, and then I'm adding 1 inch allowance, that's 18. So I'll measure this at another point and then draw a straight line across. Okay, so I've drawn my line and labeled them. So that's my upper bust length, under bust, waist length, and the allowance and measurements I'm going to need. So the next thing I'm going to do is measure my bust span, which is nipple to nipple points, plus half an inch allowance. Nipple to nipple is 8 divided by 2, that's 4, plus half an inch allowance, that's 4.5. So I'll draw a line across from top to bottom and just connect both lines together. So next thing I'm going to do is to extend the top by 2 inches and then connect that line to the bust length. So this is how I create my princess line. So it's not going to be straight from the middle. From there it's just going to like curve, be a bit extended. So I'm going to take out 2.5 inch. Because of the bust span, I'll drop the measurements on the screen so you guys can see for different bust span. So I'll go in to get the curve. I'll go in diagonally, so 45 degrees by 1.5 inch, and then I'll try to draw a curve. So you have to be careful when you're drawing this curve. Don't forget, no man body has sharp edges, so you have to be careful. It's not too curly. So I'm just doing a rough sketch, and then when I get the curve I want how the curve to look, I'll draw that out. Okay, so I'm taking out these 2 inches at the top. This is going to be, I'm going to cut that out and then connecting to the bust line as well. And then at the bust length, because there's that sharp corner, I'm going to go in by one half an inch just so it blends properly. There's that sharp corner when I connected the 2 inches, so I'll just blend that in to get a nice and smooth curve. So that part's going to go out. So now to apply my measurement. So I'll start at the top. At the top, I'll apply my shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 8. And then I'll add the 2 inches that I'm going to cut out. So I'm using my shoulder measurement at this point. By the time I couple the cloth together, I'll use my actual measurement and pit to armpit measurement. Okay, so this is my bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance. And I'll apply the same measurement at the upper bust length. And my underbust measurement is 35. So I'll divide that by 4. So it is, my measurement is 8.75. So that 2 inches at the under, 2.5 inches, sorry, I took out, I'll just add that up and then add my 2 inches allowance. And the same thing for the waist length is 35 as well. So add that 2.5 inch I took out and then add my allowance. So this is what my line looks like. Then I connect the line together. So at the top, I'll go down by 1.5 inch, just get that armhole length. Armhole. The the measurement I'm taking at the top are just tentative. When I sew the cloth and couple it together, I'll take my actual measurement. So I'll just drop this down by 1.5 and then connect to a slight curve, and then join that to the measurement, the line I've drawn. Okay, so this is my front measurement. I'll just, so this that part, this pattern going to go out. Those parts are going to go out. I'm just using my marker to outline the actual lines so you guys can see the lines I'm going to be using the actual pattern. Okay. I hope so far the video is easy to follow and helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Okay, so for that 2.5 inch I took at the under bust, it differs for different bust span measurements. So I'll drop the measurements for different bust span. So if you have like, if your bust span is 7, use 2. If your bust span is 8, use 2.5. So it's dependent on you. So I've labeled the center front and the side front. It's important you label so you don't, along the line, you don't okay, so next I'm going to cut to draft the back pattern. So I'll just take out the, just draw a straight line just so that that's where my back pattern will be starting from. So I'm just demarcating the front and the back pattern. Okay, so after drawing the line, I would measure where my zip is starting from. So my zip allowance is 1.5 inch. So sorry, pardon that line there. It's not part of our pattern. So I'll just connect the line to connect our zip allowance. Okay. So from the zip allowance, I'll start applying my measurements. So this is 4.5 inch, the bust span that I measured at the front. I'll connect that as well. So then I apply my darts. So my darts for the back is 1.5. Sorry, 0.5 inch on both sides. I'll measure 0.5 inch on the left and the right of the dart, and then at the zip allowance I'll go in by 1 inch. This is just for the back curve because the back is not straight. So I'll connect those lines, those markings to the upper bust length. So I'll connect the 1 inch to the upper bust length. And to the allowance, and I'll do the same for the zip allowance as well. So this one, I'll take the 1 inch I took, I'll just connect it to the upper bust length. Sorry, upper bust length is the chest line. That's what other people use as chest line. So this doesn't confuse you. I measure mine on the body. So I'm putting my measurement now. That's my 1.5 inch, and then my shoulder measurement, which I used initially for the front pattern. Then I apply my bust plus the 2 inches allowance, and on the bust line I apply that as well. But there's this that, so I'll put that that I've removed and add my 2 inches allowance. So wherever you know you're going to cut out, you have to put back the measurement. So I'll do that for the under bust, remove the dots that I'm going to cut out, and then add my allowance. Do that for the waist as well. And then I'll connect the lines together. So that, as I was saying about the under bust length, your under bust length is upper bust length. I usually start measure mine on the body, so it's where the bust swell starts from. It's the same as the chest length. If you want to use the chest length, that's fine. I just usually use the upper bust length. So I'm just connecting the bust line. Connecting the lines I've marked, the markings I've done on the back measurement. I'm just using the marker to mark out my lines so that they are easy to, so it's easy for us to see the actual lines that we'll be using for the pattern. And as I mark, I'll label the center back and the side back. So for the front pattern, right, because of the curve that the side front has, would need to extend it a bit. So I'm just measuring what I have on both sides, and I can see that the front has an excess of 2 inches. So I'll add the 2 inches to the pattern. You can add it to just the side front, but I'm going to add it to the whole front pattern because I just want to, by the time I finish joining, I'll trim out any excess that the fabric has. So don't forget this excess. By the time, because the side front and the center front is not the same shape, so by the time you join them, they won't be equal. So by after I finish joining, I'll trim out the excess. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe.